Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel for another session with Rachel's weekly challenge, or Roxy's weekly challenge. And it's week 25 and we're making garden collage journal cards. So I've only watched her video once. I'm hoping I've remembered to bring everything I need and what to do. And I've got just a little pile of folded book pages ready to go in different sizes, because sometimes you want a bigger bigger journal card, and sometimes you want a smaller one. So I might cut some of them down to size as I go. We'll see, and I'll probably trim some of them where they're a bit raggedy on the edge. So let's get started. Got my timer here. Whoop, that's it. Put that on and just crack straight on. So I'm just going to start with this one. And I think I'm just going to trim it a little bit. With me, just get my trimmer in, trim it down a little bit, and I've got a selection of things to cover it with. I've got some napkins, Rachel suggested napkins, because I didn't really think, although I have got tracing paper, I didn't think I'd be able to print on it, because my printer can be a little bit temperamental with things like that. It prints perfectly well on vellum, which is really handy. So I thought I'd give it a go anyway. So I got a piece of vellum and a piece of tracing paper, and I thought, well, I'll do the vellum first because I'm more confident that will come out. And then I put the piece of tracing paper underneath, ready to go, and put that through as well. Well, when I turned it on, it picked the two up together, and so because it goes around and then up, instead of feeding down and across, because it sort of goes round, it picked the vellum up and the tracing paper as a single thing and printed on the tracing paper. So I thought, well, that's all right, there's a result. So so then I put the vellum through as well. So this is actually the tracing paper that printed off. So if I put it through with a piece of vellum, which is just that little bit thicker and a bit sturdier, it looks like it might do it. Probably never do it again, because I wasn't expecting it to. It did actually print on the tracing paper, so I'm quite pleased about that. And then I did a print onto some vellum as well, which is just a little bit thicker, so therefore not quite as transparent, but it's still pretty good. So I've got that. So I've got my napkins, got a whole pile of napkins here, way more than I'm going to need. But the thing I'm going to use first, I've had this Tim Holtz Collage tissue paper for absolutely ages. I don't know, probably had it for a year. Been wanting to use it, and you can see it's not even come out of its packaging. Just never got around to using it. And so as soon as I saw her doing this, I thought, I know what I'm going to use first. I don't even know what it's like, what the pattern's like. I know it's flat, I know it's floral, so I know it's going to be really pretty. So it's just the perfect size, and I think there are different florals, and it's got some script on it as well. So it's actually the perfect thing to use. So I'm just going to cut a piece of that off and get started. I think I might use more than one of these, so I'll probably end up just using this. No, I will vary it. I'm not going to have time to do many. Or have I made it big enough? Oh, only just. I'm going to have to be careful how I put that on. Trust me, not to give myself any margin of error. Right, let's just put some glue on. Right, actually warming up a little bit now. It has been so cold here the last few days. The weather completely changed over the weekend and just got really cold. And they actually said this morning, because yesterday was Midsummer's Day, and I heard somebody say I think it was on the news or one of the morning programmes, that it was a colder day in some areas on Midsummer's Day than it was on Midwinter's Day, which is crazy. But I think this was one of the areas. So I'm just north of London, so a lot of the south is caught up in this cold snap. I've got to concentrate a little bit so I get the coverage on. Just pull it over a little bit there. Otherwise I might have to just trim it a bit if I can't get it all on. Get my card in. It's getting a bit wrinkly. I'll just pull that up a little bit and smooth it down. So I said to my husband yesterday, how do you feel about putting the heating on? And he said, we can't put the heating on in the middle of June. He just couldn't bear the thought of it. So he got me a little heater out. So I've actually got a little heater on behind me. And I think I might just go and turn it down because I've just got a bit warm. That's it. Yeah, it's ridiculous. How to put heating on, or put a heater on in the middle of June. But there we go. And I have heard people saying they actually put their central heating back on over the weekend. So, yeah. Crazy weather. And I know that there are many of you who are suffering with the complete opposite, with crazy heat. Which is no better. I think I'd almost rather be cold than too hot, I think. Because you can always add layers. There's only so many clothes you can remove when you're hot, aren't there? Right. Just make sure I've got this trimmed off at the side. Don't know what that is. Something or other. Oh, a bit more here. Okay, so yeah, oh look at that, isn't that pretty? Don't even know if I need to add any more flowers, but I might just add a couple of little ones or something. Anyway, I'll come back to that. Got to do the next one. I'm going to do a big journal card, I think, with the... do I want it? It's not going to reach, is it? It's quite narrow. Maybe I'll just trim it to size. That is just so gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to trim a piece of this off and give it a go. And then trim off the excess journal card. This time I'm going to give myself plenty to play with. Right, I know the writing's facing the wrong way, but I don't think that really matters too much. I like a big journal card sometimes, but you know, for a belly band or a side tuck, it's just nice occasionally to have a big one to tuck in. Whoa. Right, let's try this. Try and get it down at the bottom, and then smooth as I go. Whoop. There we go. Gorgeous. Right, I'm going to leave that to dry for a minute, and then I'll come back and trim it down. And let's do this one. So what do I want with this? I'm going to do a bit of napkin. I have some choices. This one's just very red. Maybe not that one. Okay, so that's quite a nice one. Bit of lilac. Should we do a bit of lilac? It's quite pretty. I think I might, yeah, I'll do it that way. Okay, chasing it off the page there, off the off the table. Right. Let's see. I'll put that like that, I think. I've got a bit of space to put something in the corner, maybe. Get another one of these. These are quite good for using for this because they're quite thick, these pages. So I'll just fold that up ready for another occasion. Making these sort of things. I've been wanting to make some just general ephemera for a while because I've been so focused on making specific pieces for my journals. It's quite nice just to be able to do something more general, really. And I want to do some more of that kind of thing, just using up book pages and junk mail and that kind of thing. So I might be doing some more of that in future videos, I think. Okay, let's just pop this on here. Like that. It's a bit easier actually with a napkin than it is with the tissue. Seems to lay a little flatter. I think I should be alright to trim this down, I think. Yeah. Get very gluey when you're doing this kind of stuff, get it all over your fingers. Okay, next, just get rid of some of these rougher edges. Okay, and one of those. Okay, it's a little bit wrinkly, but it's not too bad. Alright, that's another one. Leave that to dry for a minute. And I've got to use this tracing paper, haven't I? Having managed to, the triumph of getting it to actually print. So these this is some ephemera pieces from Pink Monarch Prints that I've printed off here. I like the colour, although it's come out fairly pale, but at least it's got a nice warm colour to it, and it's I quite like that. So right, let's have another one of these. Oops, that didn't fold very straight. Right. So I think I'll just do it like that. I quite like this bit of stamp here. Right, okay. I think I might just take this off. Make sure I haven't got too much glue going on. Okay, right, there we go. Put a bit of glue all over, and then we've got to back them, haven't we? Mustn't forget to do that. So that'll be the next job, will be to back them. Alright, that's on. So it was a bit of a big day in the family yesterday for us, well, for my daughter really, for my youngest daughter, because yesterday her and her boyfriend, partner, whatever you call him, became owners of their own little house after years of, well, quite a few years of being almost nomads really, because they seem to be moving every year for one reason or another, change of job, or they went travelling for a while. They lived with us for a while, they lived with his parents for a while. They've had 3 different flats that they've lived in different places, just depending on where they needed to be really. But finally they have bought their own little place. It's a dear little house, just 2 bedrooms, a little bit of garden, and yesterday they got their keys. They didn't actually move in as such. I mean, they went in obviously, and spent the day, you know, going around and measuring and just generally making themselves acquainted with it, I suppose. But they've got their flat till the end of August, I think, so they're going to take a bit of time to decorate and get the place ready. And I think they're planning to move in at the end of July. So they've got a month, or a bit more than a month, to get the place how they want it. So it's quite handy. Not many people get that opportunity when they buy a place. Normally you move out of one house and into the next one, but they've got that little bit of respite, I suppose. They've got about 6 weeks before they need to think about moving out. So yeah, very, very happy she is. And it's lovely. It's lovely to see her finally settled after all these years of moving from one place to another. So we're going over at the weekend to inspect it. Okay, so there we are, set one. Whoops. Rub it a little bit, don't want bubbles, or bubbles, whatever you call them, little air bubbles underneath. So that's come out all right. I'm thinking, yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Now I need to back them. I've got loads of bases here, but I'm not going to go. You could just carry on doing that, you know, all morning really, just covering these things, and maybe there'll be more to be done. I better trim this one down, I guess, first. I wanted to use my my trimmer for some of it. I'll trim around the edge, and then I'll just trim the size down a bit where there's no tissue paper. And I will, I think, I'm almost certain I will want to sew around these afterwards. They look so much better when they've been sewn. But that's obviously a personal choice. Okay. Just get my little trimmer in. Just trim it down a fraction here. It looks a little bit too wide. That way. Yeah. Okay, so now I've got that one. Rachel did make all of hers this way round, horizontal, but I thought I'd like to just do one taller one because as I say, I like a big journal card. Right, so now we just need to back them. Okay, so I've got some backing papers here. Let's just move these napkins and bits and pieces out of the way. Otherwise I end up just disappearing in piles of paper. Just going to put that over there. I've got my backing papers here. So this is got a variety of just from different kits where they give you some backing papers, and this is from the Creamy Roses kit, and you get this very, very pale washed out floral pattern, which is perfect for this. So I'm just going to stick some of these on here. I might get them all on, but I doubt it. Oop. Yes, the Creamy Roses kit is by, I have to think, Janie B Journals, I think. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's Janie B Journals. And it is the kit I used in my last wedding journal. But it's not it's not a wedding kit, so I think I've got it right to the edges, haven't I? So I can go right up to the edge with this. Save me having to do any more cutting out than necessary. That's if I can get it onto the edge. There. Right. Like that. Got to wipe my fingers. I hate having gluey fingers. Right, and the next one, my little lilac one. Okay. I've just torn it a little bit. I'll have to cover that up. I'll just try and stick it back down again. Once it's been sewn around, you won't notice any little jaggedy bits that are not quite, they've been a bit torn, hopefully, anyway. And this one, I think, can go on here. How are we doing for time? About halfway. Well, I suppose I've got a chance of getting a few finished. I'm encouraged by the fact that Rachel didn't get that many finished herself. I don't know whether that means I won't get any finished, or whether that whether I should take heart from that. Will it go that way? No, it won't. There. Fingers are sticking to each other. Right. Let's just make sure. I say, because I'm going to sew them, if they're not quite caught down at not right on the corner of each one, I don't think it'll be an issue. Let's just cut these. Didn't get as near to the edge as I'd hoped on this side, but never mind. Right. So that's the front and that's the back. Let's just give it a little bit of a... I'll smooth it out a bit. Okay. Try and smooth these at the back as well. Right, cut these ones down. There's those two. I love that Tim Holtz tissue paper. I don't know why I haven't used it before. Just one of those things. It just hasn't been the right project or just the right time to use it. But it's one of those things that's been lurking in the back of my mind. I must use that because I know it will be lovely. And it is. And every bit, each time you use it, it'll look different because it's... I can see on the roll there's some white flowers and I think there's probably some blue flowers in there as well. So it's just going to be really, really versatile. Now I've got those three. I need another bit more of a trim by the looks of it. The bottom there. And I've just got one more to back. That one, and I've just got to back this one. I need to find something a little bit more neutralish, I think. And this might do it. This is from one of the Artie Mays kits that I used for my bird journal, I think. So I think that'll work quite nicely. Put the glue on. Well, this gluing is making me warm. I think I'm going to have to turn the heater off completely now. Warming up quite well. I always get warm when I'm crafting anyway. I don't know what it is. Mental effort or something, I don't know. Always seems to make me get warm. So let's put this on first. Okay, which way round was it? That's the way round. Ooh, stray hair. There we go. Try and smooth it at the back. Okay, let's trim this down and then we're going to start decorating. The idea of it's meant to be a bit like a garden. So 3 of them already have started out looking like a garden. This one not so much just yet, but to see what we can do. Depends if I get to it. White fingers again. I might need my art glitter glue for gluing things on, I think. Just keep that handy as well. Clear the decks a little bit. Get the bases away that I don't need. Right. So, now the first thing she did was put on a little bit of book pages just to back them, just to give them a little bit of grounding, I suppose. And it so happens that my order from Rachel herself for her 100-piece ephemera pack or something, it came this morning. And here it is. So I know it's got lots of yummy book pages in there, so I'm going to use some of them. Because they're all together and they're handy and they're small and just perfect for this project, I think. So that's what I'm going to do. Never had any paper. This is this. I think this is paper she talks about. That's I don't know if it's some kind of fabric. It's got a really thick texture, quite a rough texture. It's interesting. So I'm going to tear a piece off. And try it. Oh, the other thing I wanted to have handy was some labels. So just grab those. Got some labels and some stamps. I'll just have those handy just in case I need them. And yeah, let's try the flowers first of all, see what I can book. But I might need a butterfly as well on this larger one. Because you don't need an awful lot more flowers on here because it's already quite floral. I'll just tear that down a fraction more actually. Might have something going up here. The colour's got to be right. I think maybe a yellow. Something like that. Maybe a taller one. Oop, that's it. It doesn't really need a hell of a lot of extra decoration, this one, because it's got quite a bit of floral on it. But I think I'd quite like a butterfly rather than a bird on this one, I think. Right. My glue book is getting buried. I'll bring that over here. Right. Butterflies. That's quite bright. Possibly a bit too much the same colours actually that I've already got. Quite like that, possibly. Let's try this one. Not sure about that one. A collection of different ones here. No, that's too pale. No, that's too bit blendy as well. Quite like that, I think. I think I'm going to go with that one. And then all I need is a little, maybe a little label underneath. Oops. Tissue paper's gone over. So let's just find a little, maybe a little label. Herbal remedies, or field notes, that's what it is, the field notes labels. So I was going to put it here, but I don't want to cover up any more of this flower. So I might just pop it under there. If I put that in place first, then everything else can kind of go around it. First of all, I've got to undo, peel off the backing. That's always the trickiest part. Whoop. And put this on. I think I'd like to use my art glitter glue for the flower. I'd like to, I don't know if I'll be able to because it top won't come off. Right. Okay. Not quite so high. Okay, that's there. And just double check on the butterfly. There's this one. I think I might go with this one. And can go there. Yeah, okay, one done. Might get one more done, we will see. Okay, we'll have a go at this one. Oh no, shall I do? I'll do a non-Tim Holtz one, I think. I want this paper because it's a bit like a different colour. Put that down there. Now, what are we going to put here? There's those flowers again. I think a bit of pink would go nice because we don't need any more lilac or purple, but a bit of pink might look quite good on that one. Got a few options. It's too long, too tall. Put that there, put those two there, and then maybe have a bird somewhere in between. Let's have a look, see if I've got a bird that will work. Oh, this one comes with his own flower. A bit small maybe. No. Don't find it quite so easy to make these decisions, as Rachel seems to make really quick decisions on these birds, but I'm struggling a bit just to find the right one. No, not him. It's getting the size right, isn't it? No, he's too big. Nope. Maybe he works. Put him there as a possibility. Maybe that one. It's quite busy now, isn't it? Let's stick down the flowers, and then I've got a better chance of seeing what I'm doing. I'll stick down this bit of background first. And then we'll put this one over the top. This way, using the art glitter glue, you can not quite so much danger of losing some of the flowers, because they're on quite thin stems. You can glue right to the edge of all the little bits, and along the stems as well. It's a bit risky when you're using a glue stick. Yep, got that there, wasn't I? Okay, and this one here, and I've got a bit of room in the middle for a bird then. So some advantage of having gluey fingers, it just sits on my finger while I'm gluing it. It's not going anywhere. Okay, let's put that there. And I can just trim this bit off afterwards. Right, now let's find a bird that works, that we like. I'm a bit drawn to this one now. I think I like that one. So that's going now. Just sort of goes up the middle nicely. Oop. There he is. Seems to be a bit of a lumpy bit underneath. What's that? He's picked up a lump of glue somehow. There we are. That's better. Okay. That's that one done. Keep having... Oh, there we go. Right on time. That was the timer going off, and I've got 2 done. Woohoo! I'm quite happy with that. Because I think Rachel only really got, well, she claimed 4. 3 done in before the time went off, but I think there was extenuating circumstances, and she felt possibly 4 might have been closer to the number. But I think we will keep going. Yeah, look at that. That definitely looks like a bird in a garden, doesn't it? And I'm thinking I may have to add some lace. You never know. I'll have to sew them and then I'll see. Know me, I'll add a little bit of lace around the edge, but I think they look really pretty as they are. Okay, so I'm going to have a go at, I'll do this one. This one has got no flowers on it at all, so it needs some serious flower adding. So, see if we can get this one done. I'm wondering about this big one. It makes a bit of a statement, doesn't it? I might put that there. What else we got that might work? Got some small ones. Quite a lot of the time I'm looking for big ones, but today I've been looking for smaller ones. No, not quite there. I think this has got too much. I'll just pop this off. It's nearly off anyway. Let's take that off. And then there might be room for some more flowers around it. What else we got? Right. So I think it needs something along the bottom a bit. It's the same colour. Needs to be a contrast, I think. Let's see what else I can find. Contrast colour. I need something lighter. A bit of this. And it blends in as well. I would like something either much darker or much lighter. That will work. It's not really wide enough, is it? I wanted something along the bottom just to act as a bit of a base for the... Oh, what's this? Ooh, with handwriting. Almost don't like to use it. It's like somebody's letter. So that's what we've got these things for, isn't it? Oh, it's really thick as well. Put that back. I'm going to take longer on this one than I did on the other three, or the other two put together. Yes, I think that's what I want there. Oh, this is so lovely, this pack of just little pieces of real ephemera. I haven't really got a lot of that kind of thing. Only if I've bought stuff from Etsy. I've managed to get a few bits from Etsy a couple of times, little packs. But it's lovely to get this stuff from Rachel. I've got some of her book pages as well. But this it's a shame to break into a book page for a little tiny scrap like this, isn't it? So these are perfect for this kind of project. Alright, I'm going to put him here because I think it needs something bigger on this kind of plainer background. Oh, I think I've gone a bit gunky because I've got to put the top on. Right. Just pop him on here. Right, we're going to put this one here. And the little pale pink one in the middle. Or do I want a long thin one to go up here and then I can put something down here? We'll see, let's have a look. I've got this one. I'll put up there. And then are we going to have another attempt at a bird? Looks a bit lost next to that gigantic flower now, doesn't he? I need something a bit more imposing. I like, for instance, him. He might work better on there. I think he can hold his own against the big flower, whatever that is. Yeah, I think so. Just check there's nothing else that would be even better. Not quite the right colour. Well, there was a... Oh, where did I put him? There is another one who's fairly... Yeah, here's another possibility. I think maybe, just for a change, some kind of hawk or something like that. It may not be the sort of thing you'd normally find in your garden. I don't know I don't know my birds well enough to know what kind of hawk he is, but we did have a sparrow hawk in our garden a few years ago, eating a pigeon. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put him there, I think. So, this one slightly underneath, I think. Do I need a label as well? Let's Let's have a look. I've lost them. Where are they? Oh, there they are. Okay. Let's see. What sort of label could I go for? I've got some G-Cur labels here, which are rather nice. They've got nice words on them. No. Well, these are the ones, these are the blank labels. I don't want blank, do I? Where'd my other one go? Oh, here it is. Maybe I'd go for a number. Something like might do that. Okay. Right. Now I did have, here we are, look at this. There's a wipe. I'll put it over here. I don't want it to make anything wet. Beep, beep, beep. Move that slightly to one side. Okay, have that one there. And then this one's almost trying to stick down already. Whoop. Bleh. All right. There he is. Do I want to put that underneath? No, I'll put that maybe under there. No, I'm not sure if this one, I think this one's on sticker paper. Sometimes I've been picking away at the corner or something and it's not actually on sticker paper. But I think this one is, yes. Right, I'll just stick him down and then we are done. So I know when I'm up to the hour because my phone has just cut out for the second time. So put that there. Okay, let's just see if there's anything that needs trimming off. I know there's the bottom of this flower needs trimming. A tiny bit here. Right, let's just have a quick look. I know I've got one more to do, but I'm not going to have time to do that today, or not in the video anyway. I think I'm going to do the what Rachel does with the corners. I quite like that. I haven't tried doing that. Just makes something a bit different. Could make sewing around it a little interesting, but I think it should be fine. They're only little snips. Makes a change from a rounded corner, which is what I would normally do. Snip there, snip there. Okay, that one, and I'll just snip this one as well. Right, there we are. Let's just clear the debris a touch. Oh, go in there. Right, let's have a little review. Okay. So this is the one that's not been finished yet, so I've still got to do that one. Right, that's that one. I've got that one. And I've got this one. I think they've turned out quite nice actually. And they're really fun to make. Oh, they're really pretty actually. I do really like them. So there we are. That's the, what you call them? Again, let's just remind myself. I'll try to write it down. Garden Collage journal cards. So there we are. So thank you very much for joining me. Do join me again soon. Bye for now.